we'll just start. थांबा, कोणतरी आलं का? So we will start with unit number 2. Unit number 2 is operations processes. We have talked about process design as a function of operations management. Process design is defined by the nature of activities that we pursue in operating system. In the manufacturing system caters to a wide range of products. It determines certain type of process designs as opposed to one of the mass products, just one or two variations of the products. By choosing an appropriate process, it is possible and streamline the product flow and deploy appropriate operations management practices commensurate to the process design. Now, operations process can be divided into three characteristics. One is volume, then variety, and third is flow. According to B. Mahadevan, a process is the basic building block of operations. It consists of a set of activities that need to be performed by consuming some resources and time. Operation processes, there are types of operation processes. Basic two types are continuous flow system and intermittent flow system. In continuous flow system, continuously products are produced and similar type of raw materials are there as a input. And in continuous flow system, again, there are two parts. One is mass production and second is assembly production. Intermittent flow system, where the flow of raw materials are intermittent, not continuous, and there are three types: job production, batch production, and project. Types of processes and operating systems. Now we will start with continuous flow system. Continuous flow producing is the manufacture of a product by a series of operations, each article going to a succeeding operations as soon as it is available. Continuous flow production situations are those where the facilities are standardized as a routine and flow since inputs are standardized. Therefore, a standard set of processes and sequences of process can be adopted. The features of continuous flow system: the flow of production is continuous, it is not intermittent. The products are standardized here. The products are produced on predetermined quality standards. The products are produced in anticipation of demand. So demand forecasting is first done, then the products are produced. Standardized routine sheets and schedules are prepared by the production managers. Here in continuous flow system, there are two types. First is mass production. The advantages of mass production: in mass production, the rate of production is high and the cycle time, that is completion of product, is called as cycle time, that is low. Due to line balancing, there is higher capacity of utilization. The requirement of skilled operator is less in mass production. The limitations or disadvantages of mass production: breakdown of one machine will stop the entire production line. Line layout needs major changes with the changes in the product design. There is high investment in production facilities. These are some limitations. Now next is type of continuous flow system. Second, that is assembly line. Now what are various characteristics of assembly line? It is used in case of dedicated plant and equipment with zero flexibility. Assembly line, where assembling of the products is done before the final product is launched in the market. Assembly line is very useful in fully automatic material handling. Process follow a predetermined sequence of operations. What are various advantages? Products and process sequence is standardized. Rate of production is high with reduced cycle time, and due to line balancing, there is higher capacity utilization. Limitations of assembly line: flexibility to accommodate and process number of products does not exist. High investment is required for settling the flow lines. Now next part is, apart from continuous flow, we have seen continuous flow and two types of continuous flow. Now next part is intermittent flow system. Now, according to Albert Buffa, intermittent situations are those where the facilities must be flexible enough to handle a variety of products and variety of sizes. In previous part, the variety was low, but in intermittent flow system, high variety products and high variety sizes are there, or where the basic nature of activity imposes change of important characteristics of input. In instant such as these, no single sequence pattern of operations is appropriate, so the relative location of the operations must be comprised that is best for all inputs considered together. Now, what are various features of intermittent flow system? The flow of production is not continuous, it is intermittent. Wide varieties of products are produced and the volume of production is typically small or low. Types of intermittent flow system: jumbled flow production, batch production, and project processes. Now we will see one by one. First, we will start with job or jumbled flow production. The characteristics of job production. The main feature of job production is high variety of product and very low volume. The production uses general purpose machines and facilities. Production uses high skilled operators or laborers who can take up each job as a challenge because of the uniqueness of each and every product. What are various advantages? Because of general purpose machines and facilities, a wide variety of products can be produced, such as lathe machines, etc. Operators will become more skilled and competent as each job gives them learning opportunities. What are various limitations of job production? Job production suffers from higher cost due to frequent setup changes and higher level of inventory at all levels and hence higher inventory cost. Next is batch production where the outputs are produced in various batches. The characteristics: batch production system is used when there is shorter production runs. It is useful when the plants and machineries are flexible, and it is used when plants and machinery setup is used for the betterment of batch productions. The advantages: the batch and the plant machineries is properly utilized in batch production. Batch production promotes functional specializations. Cost per unit is lower as compared to job order production, that is previous. What are various limitations of batch production? Material handling is complex because of irregular and longer flows of material. Production planning and control is very complex here, and work in progress inventory is higher compared to continuous flow production. In intermittent flow system, third part is project, or it is also called as project process. What are various characteristics? Planning tools that incorporates uncertainty are essential in managing such situations. The number of entities involved in accomplishing the various tasks is numerous. These entities have several complex interactions among themselves. What are various advantages of project production? Requirement of resources for project production is not uniform. At the end of the project, resources from the project are redeployed elsewhere in the project. Another advantage is a project generally involves many tasks. Each task is having the own characteristics and specialization to perform by the different agencies. Now we will see disadvantages of production or project production. Project tends to be very complex as it takes longer duration to perform as it is very large. Projects typically make heavy use of certain skills and labors and resources at particular stage and have little use of them the rest of the time. This was the first part in unit number 2. Now next part is process product matrix. So this is the figure of process product matrix where up till now we have seen continuous flow, job shop, batch production, assembly line, such type of process structure and process life cycle stages. This is there on y-axis, and on x-axis we can see product structure and product life cycle stages. The product structure can be low volume and low standardization. So suppose you are having low volume and low standardization, then job shop is important or it is used. We can take example of production of a commercial printer. Then take next example. Suppose you want to produce heavy equipments. The heavy equipments needs batch production or disconnected line flow, as here multiple products and low volumes are required. Now, automobile assembly. Take example of any automobile sector where scooters or two-wheelers are assembled. Here, higher volume and few major products are there. So it is the example of assembly line, that is connected line flow. Now take last example, that is example of sugar factory or sugar refinery. Here high volume and high standardization commodities are required, so it is example of continuous flow. So what are various dimensions of continuous flow? On x-axis and y-axis we have seen relationship between the product process matrix and production processes, that also we have seen. Job shop processes. Organization with a job shop provides a variety of products with relatively low production volumes. Batch process. Batch processes supports higher production volumes than job shop, but the volume per model is insufficient to justify the dedicated equipment. Assembly line process. Here these are used to produce groups of highly similar products. Now what are various strategies or benefits for this process product matrix? Examine the market manufacturing congruence issues, and it helps in viewing strategies in unified ways. Now next is the layout, that is 2.3. Now what is layout? Layout can be divided into two parts: process layout and product layout. The layout of an operation process means how its transforming resources are positions relative to each other and how its various tasks are located to these transforming resources. According to James Lundy, layout identically involves the allocation of space and arrangement of various equipments in such a manner that overall cost of production are minimized. So what are various objectives of a good layout? It inherent safety. It proposes length of flow, and it ensures the staff coordination. What are principles of layout? Principle of integration. So all processes should be integrated. There should be minimum distance between two equipments. Principle of cubic space utilization. The good layout is one that utilizes both horizontal and vertical space as well. And there is a natural principle of flow. Now, as I have said that there are two types of processes. First is process layout. Process layout, separate departments are established for each specialized operations of production and machines relating to that functions are assembled there. Advantages of process layout: wide flexibility, lower investment in machines, better quality products, diversity of tasks and variety of jobs, and nature of operations. These are advantages of process layout. There are disadvantages of process layout, that includes high material handling cost, wastage of space and capital sometimes, longer processing time if layout is not typically nicely designed, inventory investment are higher, and cost of supervision is also high in case of process layout. Now next is product layout. It is also called as line layout. It implies the various operations on a product which are performed in a sequence and machines that are placed along with the product flow line. The advantages of product layout includes automatic material handling, smooth and continuous flow of work, less work in process inventory, reduce transportation and time cost, and less space is occupied in product layout compared to process layout. Still, there are some disadvantages of product layout, that includes breakdown of machines, no flexibility in layout, higher labor cost, and lack of flexibility in facility modifications. Another type of layout apart from process and product layout is fixed position layout, that is also called as stationary layout or project layout. The manufacturing operations require the movement of men, machineries, material, etc. The example we can say, if you want to build a stadium, then you cannot build stadium in a factory. So all the equipments, machineries, manpower, raw materials, you should bring to a fixed land, and everyone is moving, but the project is fixed. What are various advantages of fixed position layout? It provides flexibility, it saves the time, it provides job satisfactions and skill improvements, and it lowers the labor cost. Still, there are some disadvantages that includes higher capital investment, large space is required, unsuitability of few products, and possibly of confusion and conflicts among the various work groups. Another layout is cellular layout. Layout is also called as group technology layout. It is the hybrid layout. So it consists of some cells, and it can be said that it is a combination of product layout and process layout depending on your product. A group technology, that is cellular layout, are dissimilar machines into work centers. These are called as cells. So cells are formed to work on products that are having similar shapes and processing requirements. So advantages of cellular layout: it reduces material handling and in-transit time, it reduces the setup time, it reduces work in process inventory, there are better use of human resources. Disadvantages of cellular layout includes inadequate part families, poor balance cells, increased capital investment, and expanded training and scheduling of workers. Fourth part in unit number 2 is service system design. Service system design is the design process in the transformation of ideas, needs, and wants by the consumers or the marketplace at large into a product that satisfies these needs. Criteria to classify service systems: the service marketing and global market consideration have significant implications for the design of service system. There are 5 criteria to classify the service systems. These are level of customer contact, capital intensity, degree of customer involvement, customer satisfaction, and market involvement. So this is the example of service system design matrix. We can say, suppose the sales opportunities can be low or sales opportunities can be high. Production efficiency at right hand side, it can be low or it can be high. And a degree of customer contact, it can be none, it can be some, or it can be reactive, that is much. So depending on that, mail contact, internet and site technology, you can contact customers on phone, or you can contact customers face to face tight spaces, or space to face loose specs, or total customization approach also you can identify. So you can contact customers through mail, that will be your low sales opportunity but high production efficiency. And if you are going to contact customization face to face, to each and every customer you are going to contact face to face, then production efficiency decreases and sales opportunity increases. So these are various factors that affect the design of matrix, that includes degree of contact, opportunity of sales, and production efficiency. So design of service system: first of all you have to generate the concept, then you have to screen the concept, then you have to preliminarily design the concept, evaluation and improvement of the service system can be achieved, and then finally prototype, that is service blueprinting and final design can be obtained. So this was about unit number